Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme with Chi Had a God. Today I got a unique, I don't know if it's unique, but I got a different idea. I was thinking, okay, um, actually I have two ideas. So I'm gonna start with my second idea, and then if you see a second video, then that means I also did my first idea. So, but first I want to talk about Sasuke and Sakura. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people really pissed off in general, have been pissed off at the relationship and the fact that they ended up back together. I think Naruto, before Shippuden, handled the relationship perfectly. I think he gave both of them ample reasoning, and etc. etc. He was the one, sorry, she was the one waiting for him. And there was always hints like he'd jump in front of any, like, her if she's about to get attacked, all type of situations. And you could tell that he definitely cared for her. And I think, again, like how he saw Naruto as a weakness to him and his goal, he definitely saw Sakura as a weakness to him and his goal as well. But I think the difference between Naruto and Sakura is that Sakura didn't necessarily try to stop him from achieving those goals, while Naruto did, you know what I'm saying, directly, you know what I'm saying. So I think that's kind of like, she wanted to stop him, but obviously he wasn't having it, and he tanked her. He's the only person he tanked, and there was definitely a soft spot for him. I think also when he, at that stage, a lot of people hold it against her because he tried to kill her during, after he killed, he was it after he killed, or when he was fighting, what's his name, Danzo. A lot of people are like, oh, why would she go with him because of that? But that's like the very worst of Sasuke. I think that's Sasuke, like, gone. That's when he found out about his brother, all type of situation. He was not in the right zone. Dude just fought the five Kage, all type of shit. You know what I mean? So I think that's a kind of unfair to hold that against Sakura, because I think obviously later on she knows that that's what happened. You know what I mean? Then we have the whole situation with when they first meet in Shippuden, early Shippuden, right? I think early Shippuden, when they first meet, he acknowledged the first person he acknowledges is Sakura, right? Not Naruto, not whatever, it's like Sakura. And he attacks Naruto and Yamato, but again, it doesn't really attack Sakura, you know what I'm saying? Because, deep down you can tell he definitely has that kind of feeling for her, but he holds it in. Now, because there's no real interactions between the two of them, minus in the war, I think the war arc was just awful in general and did a lot of things wrong. And one of the things it did wrong was how it went about that relationship. She shouldn't have been falling for him at that point. You know what I mean? I think they kind of fucked it up. So I'm kind of going to retcon a few things, right, in order to say how they should have actually ended up together, if they were going to end up together, right? In my head, I always wanted them to be together since Naruto, so I'm completely biased towards that, and I've always wanted them to end up together. So therefore, I was happy that they ended up together, but not happy how they ended up together and how the story was fully told. So here I am trying to fix that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe your thoughts, man. We always trying to, level up and get these numbers up. So one key factor here that I must say is war arc. I'd remove any flirty type of interactions from Sakura. She's not going to be like, Sasuke, oh, none of that shit. She's not, that whole line when she's like, I finally cut up the audio, that's all banished. She's just going to pull up and just make moves, you know what I'm saying, and make shapes and going to try to fight. She's not going to keep up whatever, but she's going to try her best, and she's going to help out the team how she can, all right? And she's still going to heal them, all of that shit. And she's going to be crying when they almost both died, you know what I'm saying? Because these are the two people that she probably loves the most, you know what I'm saying? She also never fake confesses to Naruto to stop him going after Sasuke. That never happened either in my version of fixing this situation, right? And when they pull up to the 5 Kage Summit and they're late, her intentions would be to actually, fight, you know what I'm saying, as well. It wouldn't be to try to stop Naruto or whatever. Also, when she meets him in front of Danzo, or after, he defeats Danzo or whatever, I would have her actually attack Sasuke, you know what I'm saying? And then about to get murked, and then Kakashi pulls up and saves the day type shit. So I'd have it happen, but I'd have her actually be the one to attack, rather than her, I'll attack and then get frozen in place because she's in love or whatever. She's gonna do it anyway, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna freeze for a second, say fuck it, and just go for it and try to attack. And maybe they have a quick hits She punches the ground. He goes, he's already half dead. He's pretty tired, and he just pissed off Chidori straight away, about to go, and then Kakashi pulls up and stops it and saves the day. And then I think that would be the best way to kind of really go about that. You know what I mean? And then if we go, thanks, mom. And then if we go, post, I lost my focus now. But if we go then after the war and all of that shit, I'd have Sasuke still go to jail, all of that stuff, but I'd have Sakura leave the village during this time. So why would she leave the village? What families there, all of that stuff, man. A warm power is beautiful, but I'd have her leave the village. And this is my reasoning here, right? So her and Ino, and maybe we can even have should we have Shino go? Should we have Sai go? I don't know. Maybe Sai joins them. You can kind of decide there what you feel. But I'd have the two of them, at the very least, go off on a journey of healing, right? So they're going to help other villages. They're going to help other villages get better and stuff like that, right? So obviously Rock Lee and them can't join because Guy, they got to take care of Guy, the essentially father and Guy. So they go around to other villages because the war is just finished, all of that stuff. And she spends, like, let's say during all of Sasuke's time in jail, she doesn't come visit. She just sees him off when he's going to get locked up, and then she dips. She never says bye. She never says a word to him, and dips. And then she goes on this journey, and Shino maybe joins her, like, I don't know, a year later or something. Ino joins her maybe like a year later, 6 months later, whatever, joins her. And, they both go on this trip where, there's a lot of villages that got destroyed, a lot of families disposed, a lot of injured fighters that, villages don't really know how to heal properly. So she's teaching medical ninjutsu to all of these villages. And she's pretty drained. She's pretty tired. She's lost a bit of weight. She's like, doesn't eat that well, but she's just out here doing this, you know what I'm saying? She feels like she wants to make herself more useful to the world, especially since Naruto and Sasuke, did the main thing to end the world, to save the world. And, she played her role. I know people like to not give her credit, but without her, the two of them motherfuckers are dead several times over throughout the war. So, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, that's just my take on it. But she goes around, she's doing this with Ino, and they're helping people, and they're healing people. Sasuke gets out. And Kakashi's there, Shikamaru's there, and Naruto are there, and they see him off, boom, boom, boom. He still goes on his journey, and he asks before he's leaving. First, he doesn't say nothing, but just before he's leaving, it's like, where is Sakura? And then Naruto's like, oh, she gone on a trip, you know what I mean? She's been healing people all around and teaching different, places better medical ninjutsu and all of that stuff. She started in the village of the sand, and then she went on to lightning village to all of her allies, and she's in smaller villages that were neglected throughout the war, that lost all of the defenses because all the best warriors went and died or got injured severely, and these places are weakened. So she's going there to kind of help them and stuff like that. And throughout it, she's fighting bandits. Her and Ino are fighting bandits and steving off people that are trying to attack villages and take advantage, all of that stuff, while healing people. And that's kind of her, what she wants to do. That's where she wants to focus her energy on. And we know Sasuke is going on a similar type mission, and his one is first just a moment of clarity to learn more about the world, to figure out people and motivations, and to understand things at a different depth, at a different level, right? And we could have Ino and Sai joined Sakura and Sasuke, and Sakura for one reason only: if you want them to be together with Ino and Sai. If you want them to be together, then you'd put them together and have them go on that journey with Sakura, and maybe they just meet Sai on the way because he's going painting and also figuring out the world and figuring out emotions, and he's drawing people and stuff like that. And maybe they meet at a random village, and he's like, what, I'll join you. If anybody attacks, I can help out or whatever. And also, maybe that's how he gets close with Ino. So you can fix a lot of stuff with this, right? I'm a genius. What can I say? But so, right? So then, after this, Sasuke is like, okay, cool. She's gone on a journey. Yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, she's going, from south to north to the farthest north, and then she's gonna be coming back from this side or whatever. At least that's what she said. Blah blah blah. He goes on his thing. He's doing his thing. Blah blah blah. And some villages he reaches, he hears about Sakura, and she gets this fabled name like the healer of the land of fire or whatever the fuck. And he's like, damn. And he's hearing this, and he's like, and he's there helping as well and doing his thing and stopping bad guys and finding out, people with secret dojutsus or people that secretly want to start a new Akatsuki, stopping these things and figuring out what's happening, checking to see if the Ototaku clan still has some kind of remembrance left on Earth, etc., etc. While he's doing this, he's also finding out about Sakura, and he's proud, you know what I mean? And maybe throughout this or through this, they end up, he finds out, okay, is she coming back? She went this way. And when I left, she was around this village, she might already, and she's spending about this long here, because obviously Naruto would send a message to her to say, oh, he's free, blah, blah, blah. And she's just send one back like, oh, that's nice to hear. But she still continues her shit. So he purposely kind of plans his route to end up meeting her at the village, hoping to catch her. And maybe he tries it a few times and misses, and then one of these times, maybe months later, he ends up, because he's like, oh fuck it, I missed her, okay, so I'm gonna have to continue on and do my thing over there. And then when she gets there, she hears, oh, there was a guy with crazy eyes, or there's a guy, you know what I'm saying, and he saved us from, and nobody knows who it is, but he saved us from this and this. And she's thinking, is that him? But she's like, fuck it. And the two of them actually end up crossing paths. And, and it's like a moment of, she stops, she's like, Sasuke. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then that would be the moment, is like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And then, maybe they hang out for a bit, they talk for a bit, and, he tells her how he's thankful, you know what I'm saying? Like, fully, like, how he's thankful for her never giving up on him, you know what I'm saying? Even though before she did end up trying to kill him, but he was like, I know that you did it out of like love, out of like, not wanting me to end up being a negative influence to the world and stuff like that, boom, boom, boom. And he's like, I really do appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe he's like, yo, look, so I've been going on these missions, I've met up with like Karen and them a few times, and they've helped me here and there. But some villages that I go to are very, very disheveled. And some, when I fight off some people or do certain stuff, they don't have, sometimes I injure some of these guys a bit too heavy, and some of them might end up dying, or, end up dying or whatever. And sometimes there's collateral damage caused by the people that I'm fighting, even though I try my best to stop all of it. Sometimes people get injured, and I don't know how to heal motherfuckers. So if you can help me out, I'm going kind of your trajectory. If you don't mind kind of hopping in with me and helping me in this, you know what I'm saying? But he'll say it in a Sasuke way, where it's like, I'm going a similar way, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, however way you picture Sasuke saying it, like to sound like Sasuke saying it, that's how he says it. So Sasuke then says that shit, and she's like, look, I'm gonna have to go to the next village, but if we cross paths in, the village after that or whatever, then, we do that. You know what I'm saying? And then he just makes sure that they cross paths again. And then they end up working together, saving people, doing all type of stuff. So she's doing her thing, he's doing his thing. He's doing, he's doing like fucking search and destroy type shit. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking looking for like any threats, any whatever to the village, all of that stuff, and she's just healing, you know what I'm saying? But they travel together, but they always, let's say they're reaching this village, he would go off to that village, and like to a place nearby, and she'd go off to a place near here, just so that people don't know that they're traveling together type shit. They'd be smart about it, all of that stuff. But during this travel is when they really get close and they really get to know each other. And maybe they spend 2 years traveling like this, you know what I'm saying? And at some point then it's like, and she finds it very hard to kind of, see the same boy that she used to see type shit. And he kind of makes up for that, you know what I'm saying? And then over time, they, maybe they have that entanglement there. They have that entanglement there. And, because she ends up getting preggy, she, he drops her off to the village, and, he goes back to his missions, you know what I'm saying? and that's kind of how the bond is formed, truly formed. And at that point, Ino and Sai could have gone their own way or some shit. You know what I mean? Whatever you wanna, you know what I'm saying, go however way you wanna go about it. So I think that would make the story way more impactful. You know what I'm saying? I know that Sasuke's novel kind of covered it a little bit, but it was like she just tagged along and was like, oh, I want to go with you in the travels, and then he's like, all right, fuck it, you can join me. But I feel like because she was chasing him the whole series, I think to make it balanced, or to make it make sense, he should be the one that then covers that other 50%. You know what I'm saying? Realizing, look, and it could be like, the reason I kept away from you is because blah 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 blah. I was starting to crack, and I was really afraid if I had somebody, that I didn't want to die for. You know what I'm saying? Then I couldn't give my all to this goal of beating Itachi, right? Because I didn't want to die and not be able to see you, or I didn't want you to die, or I didn't want anything to happen to you and Naruto, and that's a weakness. You know what I'm saying? That means I won't push myself to the absolute max in fear that I might die, or something might happen to y'all because I'm not there, etc., etc. So I needed to really sever those bonds, but you guys held on to me so powerfully, and that has impacted me to a new height. Because honestly, I feel like the only person that should have been Toku no Jutsu, actually fight to no Jutsu out of this shit, was Sasuke. Everybody else should have just stayed bad at that, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would fix the whole Naruto Sakura situation. Fucking Sasuke Sakura situation completely. I think that would make it so much more, you know what I'm saying? So much more fulfilling. So much more like, yeah, I get that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? What you guys think of my how to fix Sakura and Sasuke? You know what I'm saying? Comment that shit down below. It's been your boy Supreme Chi the God. I'm out.
I got friends now. You ain't know, but I got friends now. I'm balling out with my friends now. You ain't know, but I got friends now.